It's the 2010 NFL football preview, and Vince Allen's live at Soldier Field for the preseason game, Week 2. Chicago Bears hosting the Oakland Raiders, and Nick Taylor, alongside with Nick Taylor. How's it going, guys?
Going pretty well.
So,
it's a little warm out here for a Chicago now, but it's going well.
So where's your seats at for tonight's game?
It's in the upper level on the west side. There's actually a side opposite suites. There's like 4 levels of suites, and we're on the opposite side.
Well, let's get right.
All right, sounds good. Well, this is we're going to take time out of our college preview schedule to quickly preview the 2010 NFL season. And I guess what I wanted to do and what Dan wanted to do is just quickly pick our divisional champions and then maybe a Super Bowl pick as well. I will start off, I guess Dan will start off, keep it alphabetical. AFC East, I will go with the New England Patriots to win that division. What do you guys think about the AFC East?
I want to go with New England as well to win the division.
And I'm going to New England. Miami might, sneak up with the people, but I'm going with New England in the end. All right, okay, let's transfer now to the AFC North, and what do you guys think about that division? I'm actually going to go out on a limb and pick the Ravens here.
Yeah, I like Baltimore. You add Dante Stallworth and Anquan Bolden. Fits in nicely to the system there.
Actually, I'm going to take the Bengals on that one. That's not a bad pick. They're definitely going to be in contention for a playoff spot all year long. We'll see if Terrell Owens can mesh with Ocho Cinco in Cincinnati. And now as we quickly move on to the AFC South, I think that have a feeling we're all going to pick the same team here. I'm going with the Colts.
Yeah, best quarterback probably ever. Peyton Manning's going to get another divisional championship.
And the Indianapolis Colts are still the model of consistency when it comes to the NFL. And, the Titans may show up and the Texans are going to be better, but I'm still going to pick the Indianapolis Colts in the end on that. All right, very well. And as we round out the AFC, we'll go with the West. I'm going to actually take a little bit of a Cinderella pick and take Denver. I like what they're doing in the front office, and I think that, even though Tebow may not have a big impact on the field, I think he'd be a good guy to have in the locker room. I'm going to take the Broncos here.
Yeah, the Broncos are definitely going in the right direction. I'm just not sold on Kyle Orton yet, but I think San Diego can still get it done with Phillip Rivers, maybe finish 8-8, 9-7, get the divisional championship.
Fair enough. And that division's going to be the best of the worst. Anybody in that division's going to have a chance. Kansas City's going to have a chance. Oakland's going to have a chance. It's going to be between Denver and San Diego, but in the end, I'm going to pick the Denver Broncos in that division. Okay, very well. And now, what about some wild card teams for you two gentlemen? My wild card teams, I will take. I believe I'm going to take the. I got off on the wrong train here. I'm going to take the Steelers as one of my wild card teams because I think if they can survive the first few weeks without Roethlisberger, they will make the playoffs. And I think for reasons that Dan will probably elaborate on in a minute, but they will be one of my teams. And as the other team, I will take. I guess the New York Jets.
Well, the Steelers are a good pick because if you think about it, they're going to play catch-up after the first 6 games. If they can get 3 wins out of the 6 games, the suspended Ben Roethlisberger will be missing. Going back to the last 2 weeks of the season when they usually sit people, they're going to be playing their starters, grinding out, getting the W, so they should pick up 2 wins there. But I am going to go with Cincinnati and the New York Jets.
Okay, fair enough. And my pick is going to be because I didn't pick them to win the division, and everybody, I feel like the Ravens are a pretty good team, but I feel like the Bengals could just go win the division. So I've got the Ravens in the postseason as a wild card. And then I myself actually have the New York Jets also. I know Miami's going to surprise some people, but I feel like the Jets have more talent than Miami, so I'm going with the New York Jets. Sounds like we got some consensus in the AFC, guys. I guess we'll jump to the NFC and then throw out some Super Bowl picks real quickly. NFC East, I'm going to take the Cowboys. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, Dallas all the way.
All right. I've got the Cowboys also.
and now we transition into the north. I'm going to take the Vikings. I think if Favre comes back, they're still a really good ball club.
Yeah, Brett Favre last hurrah, so he's going to get it done.
I feel like with or without Brett Favre, that the Minnesota Vikings have the best talent in the NFC North, and I'm going with them. Yeah, I know the Chicago Bear fans here are not going to like that. I'm going to pick the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, you better not say that too loudly, Vince.
In the South, gentlemen, I'm going to take the Saints. But I tell you what, I think that there's a couple of teams in that division that can make some noise. One being possibly Atlanta, if they can stay healthy. But I will take the Saints just out of courtesy and because they do have Drew Brees still on the ball club.
Yeah, Drew Brees is a winner, so he gets it done again.
Actually, the Saints have lost a little bit. I'm going with Atlanta in that division.
Wow, interesting. Not a bad pick, I don't think at all. And now finishing up with the West, I'm going to go. This division again is a lot like the AFC West. It's wide open. The 4-team division. I'm actually going to take the Seattle Seahawks. I think that bringing in Pete Carroll was a good move. I think they drafted well, and I think the other teams have more holes. So I'm going to take Seattle.
I want to go with San Francisco 49ers.
And I'm gonna go with the 49ers. Glenn Coffey retiring abruptly. I'm gonna go with the San Francisco 49ers also.
All right. Well, now as we transition into wild cards, I will take the Eagles and the Packers.
Yeah, I totally agree. Michael Vick will surprise a lot of people this year. Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers will get it done.
Actually, whoever does not win the NFC South, the second place team is going to win get the wild card, and I feel like it's going to be the Saints. I'm going with them. And then whoever doesn't win the North is going to get the wild card also, and that's going to be the Green Bay Packers. All
right, moving on to the Super Bowl, I got Minnesota and Brett Favre going out on top against Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts.
I would agree, Dan. Minnesota beats Indianapolis in the Super Bowl.
Which they got Dallas and Indianapolis, and I think the Colts win that.
And isn't that game at Jerry's new stadium in Dallas?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I still feel like the Indianapolis will win that.
All right, well, there it is. So, what's the score right now at Soldier Field, Vince?
It's still 7-0. The Raiders and Rolando McClain has already got us back in the game.
Well, I know you guys enjoyed your time at Wrigley Field earlier today. And we appreciate the help on the NFL preview and safe travel back from the Windy City.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Nick and Vince.
All right.